The night started with the excitement of a Lobo basketball game inside the pit. Outside, it ended in frantic calls for help.
911 emergency?
Yeah, we have a pedestrian hit by a car right in front of the pit.
Yes, we've seen everything. The guy was crossing and the lady just drove and hit him.
Okay, all right, they're on the way.
Okay, thank you.
Shut traffic down, put rescue right here.
He was everybody's dream. As a human being and as a husband, as a father, a grandfather, a friend.
Kay White is left only with stories and pictures.
Oh, that's a good picture. That's her dad.
Of her husband of 45 years, Jay White. The former APS elementary school teacher graduated from UNM. And as a loyal Lobo fan, he had basketball season tickets.
So it's hard to take it in, what happened. Because he just went out to enjoy a ball game, you know?
That night, nearly 2 years ago, Kay was tired and stayed behind at home.
It was right there.
Her husband never returned to join her. A driver hit and killed the 74-year-old as he used the crosswalk at Avenida Cesar Chavez in Bradbury, just west of University, on his way home from the game.
You feel like this could have been prevented?
Absolutely, 100%.
Kay is suing the city and UNM for negligence, saying records show both parties knew the crosswalk was dangerous and did nothing about it.
They need to fix it ASAP. I do not want anybody else wearing my shoes.
The police report from the November 2016 crash says it wasn't the driver's fault.
We just went home. We're just driving.
It was just after 8:30 at night, and she told police she didn't see the crosswalk. This is what it looked like. The lawsuit points to the faded striping, no warning signs before the crosswalk, no traffic lights, and the only sign blocked by a line of trees.
We wanted to know who decided to put a crosswalk here in the first place and what they did to make sure it was safe. But the city cited pending litigation and said no one would talk, not about this or about its general procedures to install and maintain crosswalks.
The city also denied a records request for you to see its public emails on the matter, emails they provided in discovery as part of the lawsuit. News 13 obtained those and emails from UNM from Kay's attorney instead. They show then athletic director Paul Krebs called for all the crosswalks outside the pit to get restriped before basketball season. He even suggested flashing signs because it was, quote, dark and hard to see people directing traffic. The response he got from Senior Associate AD for Facilities, Scott Dotson, was, sorry, I have dropped the ball on getting the crosswalks painted before basketball season. That was 2 weeks before Jay's death. UNM declined our request for an interview. Emails the attorney gave us from the city reveal a debate over whether this crosswalk should even be here. In one, a traffic engineer wrote, the city doesn't support mid-block crosswalks. With no stop signs or traffic signals, they give the pedestrian a false sense of security and don't change driver behavior. In another email, the engineer claims to have warned against some of the crosswalks outside the pit before Jay's death, saying the city installed them despite the written objection of traffic engineers.
A decision was made to place it there in 2010. The decision wasn't backed up by an engineering or traffic study, wasn't backed up by an engineer's sound judgment, and there it is.
The city generally follows these national guidelines, which would call for an engineering study in a case like this. But the city says it has no records of doing a study here. Emails from 2010 show UNM proposed the crosswalk, and the acting director of municipal development at the time, Michael Reardon, approved it. In explaining why, Reardon wrote, the crosswalk will be used mostly during games with police presence. But when Jay left the game a little early in 2016, officers were not at the crosswalk. The city has since restriped the crosswalk and put up these signs that continuously flash whether someone's crossing or not. Still, the city of Albuquerque denies negligence, and as it continues to fight this lawsuit, it could soon get hit with another.
I love my baby girl. She will always be my princess, and something that I used to always tell her is we're going to be best friends forever.
The mother of 12-year-old Eliza Justine Almuina hired an attorney after a driver hit and killed her daughter as she used a crosswalk outside Cleveland Middle School earlier this year.
There are lights, but they aren't on. There is striping, but it's not visible.
Who should be held accountable?
Well, certainly the city of Albuquerque has responsibility in maintaining traffic devices.
In this case, the city has spoken up about the need to take action.
This is a tragedy that should never happen, and I think what's so important is that we make sure that we're doing everything we can so that it doesn't happen in the future.
City Council voted to create a task force to take a closer look at crosswalks near Albuquerque elementary and middle schools. And this one outside Cleveland Middle School has already been converted into a hawk signal, which stops drivers with a red light as people cross. But Kay is still waiting. Nearly 2 years after her husband's death, she's still hoping the city will do a traffic study or install a stop sign or signal here to ensure the safety of the thousands of fans going to games at the pit.
I know my husband's not coming back. That's a given. But I don't want anybody. I don't want his death to be in vain, and I don't want anybody to get hurt.
On special assignment, Lizzie Mitri, KRQE News 13.
The DA's office didn't find evidence that the driver in the crash broke the law. But the city filed a motion last week saying it's all the driver's fault, not the city's. They point to the deposition of the driver herself and witnesses saying they show she was driving too fast and not paying attention. To see a statement from the city, go to alwaysonkRQE.com.